Okay, so we're live. Welcome to our MetPlus meeting. Today it's me, João, here, our client Chat here, and in there is Sam. So welcome. It's been some time since we last had a meeting, and there are some things that we need to talk about. I created a very small agenda for today. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a very quick meeting or not. We'll see. But my cat.
Big cat, man. What are you feeding that cat?
That's funny. My dog.
That's like a monster.
Okay, so there you go.
No.
It's all good. It's all good. Cats have the right to roam. Yeah, go on, John. So yeah.
Okay, so I
Go on.
have like a very very small agenda for today, where we're gonna look a little bit at the cat, at the. There we go. We're going to look a little bit at the Excel that I created with some of our priorities, some of the things that I collected emails that I have like a bunch of things. And we will talk a little bit about the invoicing. And I think that was it. I think there was another point. I wrote 3 points, I remember. And talk about the next steps. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So like, I'm not sure if y'all had time to look into the Excel that I sent. Maybe I forgot to send you to you, Sam.
Yeah, I don't know that I. I see the agenda. The agenda items are up on the panel.
There.
Yeah,
there you go. So I just posted it into the
oh yeah,
into the chat.
Got it.
So so basically, why did I create this Excel? Like, we already did this once, like the Excel version of it, because currently we have. Let me just share my screen. Let's take a look at. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we do have our waffle. It's not open. Waffle. We do have our waffle, and at this point, our waffle it's all nice and good, but we currently have like 71 things on the backlog that we need to comb through, and we need to make sure that they are still real things, and or that they might not have been implemented, because some of the stories that we have on the backlog, they were split into smaller stories, but they were never closed or they were never moved. So eventually some of the things might be already implemented. So I created this let's call it small list we have like 7 topics, 16 topics here to look into. I don't know if you, Chad, had a time to look through them. If you do have any question about it.
No, just you're talking about this Excel.
Yeah, I sent it to you like I don't know. I was going to say 2 weeks ago, but I'm quite sure it was more, like maybe a month or something. I don't know. So basically, this is a collection of all the emails and all the outstanding things that we realized while moving the application to production. So like, I categorized this in maybe like 3 big buckets, where we have a group of feature works that are things that are not yet implemented, that do not exist on the system, but that they were requested. Another group that is like enhancements. So there are functionalities on the current site that someone asked, or that we realized that we needed to do something more about them. And there's like bugs, where are things that we realized there were some errors on the application, or something happened that we caused us to create a bug. And I have one there, like it's an enhancement / bug that I'm not sure where to put yet, but eventually we will. I created stories for almost all of them. We're just missing 4 story, but yeah. So I think I should have prepared a little bit more of the meeting for sure, and try to send this with more time before we could.
No problem, Joe.
discuss
We can. Do you want to take us through each of these things and just mention what they are?
We can. I can go through each one of them. So let's. I'm going to start from top to bottom. It doesn't mean any kind of order that we can think about later. So like the first one is what we talked about. The ability of having like multiple agencies work using pets, and we need to understand like what's the best option for us to have one single application where you can have multiple agencies working on it with its own like separated but on the same application, or we have the same application in multiple machines. Let's say like that, and each machine will have its own agency on it. So we'd have like total separation between agencies. So this is one of the things that we talked about. Another thing is to enable SSL. So basically, at this point, we don't have HTTPS on the website, nor I think neither on the cruncher. So we would like to enable this to have more security on our website. There's currently a story, I believe we have Tongwei and Erica are both starting working on this, or they will eventually in the near future?
Well, so I'm working on it at the moment, and I think Erica's booked in for a session with me tomorrow, and I think Tongwei will join in that, or it shouldn't take too long, so she'll join, or we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the next thing is one of requests, I think, as well. It's changed the states of the tasks to review my company when you click a reviewing button. So when we talked about the tasks every time that, for example, you needed to assign a job seeker to a job developer, you receive a task, and then after that you'd have to complete the task, so assign the person, and then go to the tasks menu and press, yep, I did this. And we automated like the majority of the tasks. When you assign a job developer to a job seeker, the task automatically closes. I think the only one that we don't do yet is this, when you are reviewing the company and you press a button that doesn't exist at this point to say, yeah, I'm started reviewing your company, so then the tasks move forward to that step of, yep, someone is looking into it. So the next feature here is create a job posting with multiple positions. At this point, you can have multiple job seekers applying to the same position, but when you accept one on the application, all the other applications get denied, because we only accept one position for each job. So that's something that some of our company people requested, I believe. So in terms of features, this is more or less like the new things that need to happen that do not exist at this point on the system. So if we move forward on the enhancements, while posting a job, the process of adding skills is cumbersome. So the employer, we had some feedbacks from a company that said that when you don't have any skills and you want to add a job and add a specific skill, you need to go to a different window to add the skill and then go back to the job in order to create that. And that's cumbersome, and that's something that we could enhance on the website.
Can I just ask, Joao, you're making a distinction between features and enhancements. So features are just the things that kind of need to get done, and then enhancements are sort of above and beyond, or what's the distinction there?
No. Like the only distinction that I'm doing here is between something that we have on the system and something that we don't have today on the system. enhancements, it's something like currently we do have skills, and we can add skills, and we can create jobs, and we can connect the two, but the way that you create both, it's not very
no, I get it, right. So you're saying the enhancement is like they're a change to an existing functionality, whereas the feature is like something completely new that we don't have.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Great.
Yes. Okay, so check the possibility of using, so currently we're using a website, a gem, basically a service that is called Airbreak, that logs all the errors that we have on the application. And, but basically it costs money, and we can only receive in one email all the errors. And then we need also we cannot receive them on Slack, so we cannot be more proactive about them. So this is something that I've been thinking about, eventually see if there's another service that allows us to be in a free tier that allows us a little bit more flexibility that Airbreak doesn't. So this is a more technical part of it, not really application. So allow the job developers to have access to the admin job properties. So currently the job developers don't have that permission, but we can create that, and that's the story for that. Add a field to job to additional information related to licenses. So when we talked about licenses, we said that we create each license. You can create license. We pre-created licenses, and then people would just select from one of them. But if there are licenses or something more specific, we don't want to have them all in the system. So this is the story to create that additional field that allows you to write some text on it saying license blah 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 that we need for that job. So the next enhancement would be allow a job developer to create and edit a job or a company. So at this point, only company people can create jobs and edit them. This is to allow the job developer to do that as well. Yeah, and the last one there on that slide would be to every time that a job is updated on the system, we should update it as well on the cruncher. So this is more or less like a bug / enhancement, because when you create a job, the job is posted onto the cruncher and saved there, but when you update it, it's not. So that's something that needs to make like more accurate the search. We need to update that. So that's something that needs to happen. Yeah, so now let's go to the bug area. So basically this bug area is more an area of, we saw this problem in production and we created a bug to try to find out what's happening. Or we got like an error from Airbreak, and then we reacted to it, creating this story. So for example, when a job does not exist in the cruncher, the application just gives an error and doesn't allow you to do anything. So this is not really a major issue, because all the two databases are synchronized. So when you create a job on the application on the pet system, it also creates it on the cruncher. This happened in a period where we had things on the cruncher already, and we recreated the pets database. And in the beginning, the things were not synchronized. So this is something that it's not high priority. It's not happening now. It happened when we first moved into this new platform. So the next thing is validation failed. There was an error. Patrick couldn't replicate the problem, but basically when someone tried to move a task from one state to another, the owner was not set on the task, and then it failed. So there's a bug. There's more information. Like the bugs usually have like more information on the waffle, and this is like the waffle number, so the issue number. on them. So we currently have a problem with the delay job that eventually we'll have to solve it, or by removing delay job completely, and replacing it with something else, or by trying to understand like what's happening. The symptoms that we saw were he tries to send emails, but he cannot send emails because it doesn't find the companies, it doesn't find the users that he needs to send mails to. So it looks like that we tried to send an email, and for some reason the delay job didn't run as often as it should, or it just died or something like that. And then someone removed that user, that job seeker or something like that, from the system, and now when he tries to send an email, it just fails. And this happened as well, and the latest symptom of this was it is trying to someone applied to a job, I believe this week, and when you apply to a job, we send an email to the job developer, to the company person that created the job, with the resume, and he's trying to get the resume from the cruncher, and he cannot because he's missing some information. So that's something that we'll have to address eventually, in like at least to solve the problem that we have right now, and eventually think about what solutions to do here. So there's a task problem that I have no clue what this is, but I'll check it out. There's a problem that you reported some time ago, about the deleting a company, that you had some problems deleting a company. We currently mitigated the problem with just removing the delete button, so you cannot delete any company for now, but that need to be investigated to understand, because there are other issues that we can talk about when we talk about this story related to this, like what happens to jobs that were created, what happens to the applications that still need to live there. So we cannot really delete a company, we need to do something with it. So there are some implications on deleting a company that we need to discuss through before we can pick up this issue and try to solve it. And there was an exception, that there was a problem when the job seeker didn't have a resume and tried to apply to a job. It just failed. So that's already corrected, and it's already, I believe, in production. So yeah, that's that. So basically, this is the list. This is like a very big list, and of things that will have to happen. Some of them will have to happen. Some of them we want them to happen. So yeah, any of you have any question?
None at the moment.
Good overview. We used Chet. You were saying, Chet, that all the things make sense to you. They're all.
Yeah, we discussed these things in the past, and some things that I didn't see myself, you found. So yeah, it makes sense.
All right.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is more or less the list of things that are on the line. I'm not sure. It's possible that I'm missing some things. So if you remember something, Chad, just let me know. I think like what we should do, like as this continues, we need to understand more or less like what's the most the thing that's more prioritary, not prioritary.
The highest
English.
priority.
The highest priority. There we go. Thank you. Thing that, and what we want to do first in order to like solve the problems. So we need to get some sort of order to this, so we can start picking up all these things and start doing them.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, well, and I guess if you don't have any, like from your point of view, Chet, if you're happy, we'll just try and get this stuff done, then I guess our priorities, I would see, are, before we move on to enhancements, we need to get all the bugs fixed,
Right.
and we need to. I think particularly for me is I think we need the SSL in place. So we'll work on the bugs and that one thing first, the security feature, and we finish the rest of the features, and then we move on to the enhancements. Does that sound like a reasonable strategy for you, Chet?
Yeah. Let me just make sure I'm not overlooking. You say you do have what is that? Remember, employers, it was like a cross platform or something like that. You was able to see jobs of other employers, but we didn't want that. You know what I mean? You know how employer, they may post jobs. They yeah.
So like you're saying when you press jobs on the top of the on the top of the application, you see all the jobs.
Yes, and an employer, they just want to see their jobs.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that's not in here. Definitely. Oops, radio silence. Did we lost anybody? Someone?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, it was like complete silence. Okay, cool. So I'll add that. We add it here for now, and then we'll see where it fits. So, so you're saying that, but for example, when you're not logged in on the application, when you press jobs, you'll see all the jobs. Is that okay?
Yeah, so I can see all the jobs. So basically, if it's a different employer, I don't think they should, see another company's jobs posted because it'll throw them off.
Okay, so basically, what I was saying is that like if you're not logged in and you press jobs, you'll be able to see all the companies' jobs, or all the companies that place the job here. You'll be able to see them. But when you log in as a specific company, that company person don't want to see other jobs except the ones that they created, right?
Correct. So
is that it? Is this correct? Okay.
They don't want to see other jobs. Only us, of course, only job developers and the agents. They want to see all the jobs, no matter. So, yeah, you got it right.
Person when pressing the jobs link in the menu. Show only. Yeah, only company.
So company jobs.
On company jobs.
Correct.
Basically, this is it, right? Okay, cool. Okay, I think this is in the correct place. A little bit more. There we go. Okay. Okay, so anything else that you remember?
People right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna do like. So these are the things that we are currently considering to tackle first. Are the one with an asterisk there. And is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think we have like our work cut out for us in order to like in terms of priorities for the next weeks, and yeah, that's that. Yeah. There we go. So basically, now I think, is there anything else that you'd like to add to this, Sam, or
no,
something like that?
Yeah, I guess from my point of view, I see the things that we just get working on it. I am currently working on setting up a staging server to like test things, like, because now we have production and live. We can't just like test out new stuff on the production system. So we have to have a staging server and staging set up. In other projects, we have like a staging branch that corresponds to that. And I just need to kind of coordinate that with you, Joao, and some other things like what version, like air brake stuff that the staging service talks to and those things. So there's some like operations style stuff that you and I need to work out. I mean, we don't have to discuss it in front of everybody. We can work it out through the DevOps thing. The other one is that we've got Tongwei getting back involved. We've got Hinesh getting back involved. They're both blocked on, like, getting the system running on their local system.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the key blocker that we need to fix for them to then start moving on and maybe start working on fixing some of these bugs. That's kind of the key thing there for moving forward.
Okay.
But so I mean, depending on what else we want to do in the meeting, I mean, I've got like another 15 minutes. We could start getting into those nuts and bolts. I guess the other things that were on the agenda, I mean, we've kind of reviewed everything. The other things that were on the agenda were, so we reviewed the Excel, we're talking about next steps and the invoice generation. So, I mean, we've kind of done the next steps, right? And the Excel and priorities, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's now about getting things done. I guess while we got you, Chet, I'd like to set up the repeating invoice framework for like the DevOps support program that you're on with us. And so would it make sense for me to like send a recurring invoice to you? Do you just want to like I think you used PayPal already. What's the best, what do you need in terms of paperwork for your side to get the monthly payments going?
You can just send me some type of invoice and I can get it going. I can pay it through PayPal.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. The actually there's, if you can do a bank transfer, like PayPal, I've realized charges the overheads. Anyway, I'll send you details for the different things. But yeah, I'll set up a invoice so you get an invoice, and so that's taken care of. Great. Okay. And then Chet, and I mean, unless there's anything else you want to tell us now, we might just get technical. Now, is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. I wonder, Tong. I guess Joao. What I'm saying about the staging server makes sense. That's kind of okay.
We currently already have a staging server, but it's in a completely different environment, and we talked about this, and I think we should we have as similar as we can.
Yeah, it needs to be in the same Docker setup. So that's I guess the only thing to clear is I mean, at the moment we have the development branch and the master branch, and people work against the development branch, right? Mm-hmm. And then development gets merged into master. In some other projects, we have a separate staging branch so that we can sort of I mean, the simplest thing in the first instance is we just have the staging server just replicating master, which is what I've got at the moment. Do you have strong feelings either way about creating a separate staging branch?
Not really.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea. We had two servers, one that was a production one and the other one was a staging one. And the staging one was always updated with the development branch. So we can create a separate step.
I guess we've also got the question of like who's going to be managing releases. Like in the past, has it always been you that would manage the release? Yeah. And of course, you're all set up you can do releases on the new Docker Azure framework. Yeah. So I guess, well, I guess that's it. We're both in that. So for those, Nico and Tongwei, we've got a MetPlus DevOps channel, which you're more than welcome to join, where Joao and I focus on that side of things, if you're interested in it. So I guess, but probably what I will do is I will leave off releases to you, Joao, and I'll make sure you have permissions on the new staging server and so on. That's all fine. I could really do with the interesting thing about Airbrake is we use Airbrake for free on Website 1 and possibly also on local support. So I wonder if we can replicate that setup. Can I get access to the Airbrake system? Where are the Airbrake errors going at the moment?
There's only the problem. I think you might have got lucky when you created the accounts, because the account for MetPlus is pretty new. I think.
Okay.
It's like a year old or something like that, or maybe a year and a half, and you can only have access to one email. And you only get to one email.
Shall we make that an email? Shall we change the email to be one that's a shared email? We can create
we can create a new account. and just have everything forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point it is set up to an account on the MetPlus domain.
Okay.
But we can definitely create.
Anyway, yeah,
we can work the kinks of that.
Yeah, we'll work that out. I'll put some notes in MetPlus DevOps. That was the key
there.
We have used some other things. We can look into other error handling things. Yeah, I think that's then everything on my side, and I will just carry on trying to get the SSL out there. So maybe the thing, and I will go in a few minutes, but maybe Tong Wei, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Yeah, great to see you. It's been a while. Did you want to maybe share? Do you happen to have the error that you're getting just trying to run locally? So maybe you could share your screen and show Joao, and we could just, because maybe Joao will see it and will say, "Oh yes, you need this or that." Joao's shaking his head.
No, I battle exactly the same problem. Every time that I need to see the database, it breaks for some reason when trying to populate the min salary column. I have no clue why.
Right, the seed data. Okay.
Yeah, it's a problem with the seed data, or I believe it's a problem with the seed data.
Okay.
I don't understand why. I never dug very deep because I was like, maybe this is just on my machine and I can just create a user. So
right. Okay. So right. So, and I think I maybe haven't run the seeding operation on my local machine, and so maybe I haven't seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Tong Wei, are you on your development machine? Do you have the error kind of with you?
Okay, so let me share my screen, then I will run it.
Yeah, I can maybe spend 5 minutes seeing if we can get to the bottom of it. It may be a tricky one. Let's see.
Hold on. Do you see my screen on the MetPlus?
Yep, we sure can.
Yep. Okay. So I do this. We take some more. Oh, sorry.
So that's you're running the
yeah.
You're running
then I will continue with my yeah. So it comes in line 251.
Oh yeah.
And then somewhere here.
Right. I wonder if I can replicate. Can you just hit up? What was the command that you used to run this? You just did rake db seed. Can I see? Oh, you're doing.
I'll make it smaller.
I can see it. It's fine. I'm just replicating on my side.
Okay.
See if I can. I don't think I ever tried running the seeding thing. Obviously, for you, running the seeding is kind of important just to have some sort of data locally. You know.
Yeah. It's the seeding problem.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the other thing for Joao, maybe you can be thinking about is out of the different bugs that we've got there, is there one that you think might be a good one for Tong Wei to start on?
From the bugs that we have there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't I leave you, because I got to go in a minute. Think about that in your mind, and come back to and say, I'm just getting, record email has already been taken when I try and run the rake db seed. I guess that's I need to do like db drop create
db drop
each time. db creates db migrate. Nico's saying maybe that the things running in sequence is causing the problem. I'd be surprised about that, Nico, you might be right. By the way, Tongwei, Nico.
To me once when I tried to create a rake task, just to put it all in one line and to use that rake task for everything together, and I was having problems with the website one seed, so I just
you broke them out separately, and that was then easier. Yeah, conceivably that's a part of the thing. I mean, I guess I'm just going to replicate it on my side. I mean, it's an interesting era. If we look at the, I mean, have I got the
like the model has everything, so I don't understand. It's like it's trying to use something that is not yet ready.
Because if I do real C, it takes some while. Then I will type job. Real C.
If you do like job.new and you got an instance, if you do like .min salary, it's gonna be there. Yeah, there you go. Max salary and min salary, they are both there.
Yes.
So it's like Nico might be right. Maybe we can only do like drop, create, migrate together, and then the seeding needs to happen maybe after. I don't know. Then that might solve the problem.
Yeah, so I get the same error locally with the min salary, same one that you get.
Is it possible that you have a copy of the data, then just dump the data to me, then I will just load it through
some other mechanism? Conceivably. Do you understand what Nico's suggesting? Do you want to try? Yeah, I'm doing the same on mine, which is like to run the drop, create, and migrate, and then run the seed
separately.
Oh my god, what is happening?
You went back to the Hangouts.
Create DB, create DB, migrate.
Yep.
Seed. Oh, my buy box still inside. Ayo.
Looks like it's working. Yeah, it might have been that.
She had a buy bug. I think if she continues.
I don't know. She did.
But I think the error came after the buy bug, right, last time. Anyway, no, but maybe it will work. That'll be cool.
I think I should have.
Yeah, seeding takes a lot of time, so it might be good.
Yeah, it's running. Probably it is working. It's like, wait, I think.
Oh my god! It took all that long to create a job.
Let me see.
Oh wait, because creating a job will try to push it to the cruncher. It's gonna try to upload the resume to the cruncher. Which cruncher are you using? Are you using the pets one? The one on Heroku?
So I can go straight away to the is it inside the secrets?
Application YAML.
Yeah. Cruncher. This one?
Yeah. So yeah, you're pushing it to the Heroku. Heroku instance might have been down, so that's why it took so long.
Oh, okay. So I think I need to repeat.
You can do drop, create, and migrate together, and seed separately.
All right.
Yeah, I've got it working in the console for the first job. Yeah, my seeding is completed successfully, having followed Nico's suggestion. Great suggestion, Nico. That seems to be the fix. Right. So yeah, that's great. And so it looks like you can run drop, create, and migrate as one thing, but then the seeding thing needs to be. I wonder if that's because the migrate, like this. That's weird. It's a weird error.
Yes. And it's the weirdest part is that it's always in the same place.
Yeah, you thought if it was a race condition, there'd be like different things that were somehow failing or what have you.
Yeah, like different fields that were failing, or maybe eventually they might be failing, but there's no like validation on them. Because this one has some the mean salary as a validation about being a number and being bigger than 0 or something like that. So, or in smaller than the maximum. So there are some validation things on the mean salary. So that might be it. I don't know.
Anyway, but that's great because so Dongwei, you're kind of unblocked now.
Yes.
And so yeah, the key thing is is there a bug, Joao, that Dongwei could start looking at?
Yeah. Let me. I don't know. It's like the most priority thing that I think we need to address is going to be this delay job, because it's causing us problems, and at this point, we currently are having failures due to the delay job.
Yeah,
but that will require us.
I've just got to run. I got to go. I am really interested to hear more about those failures. If there's things that I need to do on the configuration on production to do it, but I've got to run. So anyway, yeah, I'll leave you. No need for anyone else to leave. But yeah, if you need me to change anything or do anything on production, let me know. Otherwise, Tongwei, yeah, if you can work on whatever Joao thinks is the good thing to work on, that'll be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Sorry to interrupt, Joao. Thanks so much.
No problem. We'll talk later. Cool. So like the rest of the bugs that are on the Excel, and they are already on Waffle. They have Waffle stories for all of them. Any of the bugs, you can just pick it up.
Okay.
It's not like a big deal. Like I said, the when a job does not exist on the cruncher, the application dies. It's not very important. It's something more that need to happen, but this will only happen. The error only happen when we migrate, and there are things on the cruncher that do not exist on the database. So it's not like a very high priority thing. The task problem, eventually it's something that needs to be addressed, and this when the job does not exist. No, the task owner. I think like the issue with these is that I don't think they are happening as we speak. So they are important, but not that important. So just pick one and go with it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will just, if I face any problem, I will just, as usual, go to
Yeah, just ask on the MetPlus channel or something like that, and when I'm available, I'll try to reach out to you. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you all for coming. Have a nice
you.
day. If you need something, just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
See
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Bye.